Hi everyone, new name here, playing his favorite game, Watcher of Realms. In this video, I will show you how you can successfully 3-star GR3 Stage 21, no power of dominance. Yes, I'm going to be using overpowered gear. Yes, I'm going to be using overpowered heroes. If you're attempting to complete this last stage in GR3 with undergeared and underleveled heroes, this is not the guide for you. I don't know how to do that myself personally. However, I can definitely help you if you have a similar roster than I have. I have still never pulled Hatsa. I have been fortunate enough to not go into faction trials, but gear raid. I have been fortunate enough to have been blessed with a Allura, Alaura. I don't know. We're going to call her Allura. Okay. So when you go into here, I did a practice run before the video. There's the lineup, and you'll see I have invigoration sets. I don't drop one of these heroes anyways. Okay, but I've got Idril. She's only in, I think, yeah, you'll see 75% crit. She's got a ton of speed. She's got a good chunk of attack. And this I've gotten from Nether Messenger a better result than with an maxed Idril's gaze. Okay, Oleg's here to absorb the splash of the lava that oozes from the exploding bum bugs. Again, I am not hiding anything. I have an overpowered lineup that is absolutely perfect to do this task. If you're attempting to do this with less than ideal heroes, this is not the guide for you. Power of Dominance, we're going to turn it on. We're going to turn the Power of Dominance off. And then we're going to clear GR3 Stage 21. So Araka, her Lord bonus, not only does it add an extra tile for piercers, but it increases their damage by 5% for every tile between her. All right. So this isn't a novice video, so that's the end of the explanation. If you're watching this, you know these heroes, you know what they can do. Okay. I'm going to show you placements that most people, from what I've seen, don't do, and I don't understand why they underutilize damage by Idril. People are going to usually put Idril at this bottom tile and stick an Autumn on the kitty corner of Dolores and put Silas here. And I don't understand because they leave Idril standing there doing nothing and worrying about RNG to proc so they can kill these mobs. And I say forget that nonsense. Stick Idril up front where she belongs and have her start wrecking shit right away. Tell me this doesn't make more sense, okay? So it doesn't matter where you put your Dolo. You hope that when you drop your Laurel, the invigoration bonus hits Idril. If it doesn't, you can still clear this no problem, okay? There might be a scary period on one mob down here that Idril's ultimate has to take care of. But as you'll notice here, it's not that I'm doing massive damage to these creatures, but I've already started damaging one of the most dangerous mobs here. This can one-shot you and wreck your entire run before it begins. So now you'll also notice I'm not doing any ultimates because I want to make sure I have as much ultimate left over as possible for when this boss spawns. Now I'm going to put my Oleg up front. And Oleg's self-sustainable. He doesn't need anybody to heal him. Okay, there's nothing here that's going to hurt my Oleg. And if you've seen my "This Artifact is Insane" video, you know why. With the North's will, Oleg is unkillable. So whatever, you'll see this mob here, it's targeting the tank. So I have no worries. Now I'm going to stick in my Alora. That way she has her ultimate up for when these guys spawn. Because my Razak is strong enough for me to drop them and kill this side after I already put this hero here. And as you see her full invisibility, she's not going to get targeted. She's ready to go. Okay, that worry is over. So I'm going to wait until I'm at about 25 cost here. You'll see that the boss spawns bum bugs. She's going to raise her arm to spike or chuck a trident. Then I'll put Razak down right after that motion. Now she's not going to target Razak. Okay? So I'm going to use a Deloro boost here. And it's going to help Idril for a bit. And you'll see why in a second. I'm going to use my Razak ultimate. Then I'm going to put my Laurel in and pull her out. Let's see if it went to Idril. So it didn't, okay? The Invig boost is on Dolores. Now you know. Now I engage the two ultimates, and you'll be like, oh man, look how low this Razak is. I have enough time to get my Elo in there now. And if you're fortunate enough, especially with the 10-time banner that was just on, and you pull an Elo in, she's giving rage to everybody. It's not like Hollow. And if you noticed, I engaged my ultimate from Allura before all these monsters came out. That way I'm sure that she is getting her full ultimate off before she's even targetable. Okay. So sometimes it's a bit tricky with your timing. As you'll see, they're going to start moving and they're not all dead. And this is the key right here, is to get your Laurel back in time so that Idril can kill this last mob. It'll be like 2 shots. This is not an easy stage. This is not always an easy 100% clear. Sometimes you get really good procs. Sometimes, as you see, the mob has the tiniest sliver of health left and it requires 1 shot from Idril. Idril saves the day. Sometimes that mob's already dead by Allura. It depends what her crits do. And I'll show you all the gear after. But it is strong Soulbound Arcana on most of these heroes. Idril's in the cheap Infernal Roar that you saw. And as I said, people, you'll see them, they're putting an Autumn here. And I don't understand. Yes, she's going to give you that 60% crit bonus. But when you put your Idril below, you're taking your chances to fail your run before the first mob has even had an opportunity to have been killed. And again, I'm going to engage Dolo early. Now that's how I melt the boss without having to use Autumn. And I don't have a bonded Silas. And you're probably noticing, you're like, man, this boss isn't dead yet with all these heroes. Like, you have Silas out there. What's going on? My Silas isn't bonded. Okay, he's almost max skilled. He's in some pretty hefty gear. But the key is to have my Idril have her ultimate left after this boss is dead to support what Allura can't finish over on this side. The shame is the game usually forces you to target whatever Razak can kill. So if I engaged Razak's ultimate on time, it would have already been GG. And that is how you can clear GR3 Stage 21 with no Autumn. Idril is a goddess. Set her up to be a goddess. Do not hinder her DPS potential by placing her lower and bring a tank. This game is not about nuke, nuke, nuke all the time. Strategize with crowd control or damage reduction and absorptions so that your DPS is constantly attacking. I don't really have a use for this, but I'll keep it. So we're going to look at the stats. Unbonded Silas. Just bear that in mind. No power of dominance. Pretty simple. Now that was a better run than they're all going to be, but all you got to do is 3-star once, and then you got that power of dominance, and you're on stage 321 farm for the rest of your career. So if you've seen enough of the video and you don't care to see what kind of gear I put on these heroes, thank you very much for your interest in this content that I bring. Now I'll continue to try to show you different strategies than what I see other people popularize. Now, we're going to go into our heroes. We're going to go into our gear. Silas, Awaken 1. Okay. This is some of the best Soulbound Arcana gear that I have. But over on this side, you notice I don't have, he's got 400 speed. I could get an extra 25 speed if I brought some other kind of whirlwind gear, but I don't. So I make sure Silas, because he's always on the same target, essentially boss, 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 has the strong spirit siphon. Allura, she never takes damage. She's not supposed to, not in that strategy. So she's always got a 20% damage boost. That's why this pin of precision is on her. And she's in some decent Soulbound Arcana. Decent rolls, crit rate. You don't really want it, but this crit damage and crit rate, you see she's still able to get the job done with only 1 attack bonus. What helps is having a large attack bonus roll on 25%. So this is 50% attack, this set and this piece alone. So that kind of helps supplement what is missing from the bangle being in crit. It's not suggestible, but you saw it can work. Eloin, I only have 1 Asclepius set. It's not a good one, but it gets the job done. And Eloin, if you've been fortunate enough to pull her this weekend, remember her passive for Rage Regeneration. This is global. Any hero on the map is receiving the benefit of this passive at all times. Best in slot artifact, and it's not even maxed, but it's a decent roll up on 16. It's going to help you. So, excuse me, the Sharpshooter's Crest, 26% AoE damage. Okay, that's pretty good. And most of the time, as you saw, Razak has nobody near him but the tree, the Eloin, Broccoli Head. So you're all right there. And here's his gear. And it's decent enough to get the job done. I think he's at 14K. Yeah, I also have Pantheon bonus. But again, this is the final stage in the game for Gear Raid 3. This is not the greatest rolls, and I'll show you his skills, just in case you're curious. His his ultimate, no skills in it. Okay, he's barely skilled up. He's got a 4 down here where the soul-eating fish can do whatever. Okay, Aracha, you saw I never dropped her. Volca, I never dropped her. Okay, so we're gonna go down to the hero of that fight, Idril. And again, you're looking here and you're like, man, like 75% Trit? What's going on here? Okay. I made sure that she is strong enough with the attack to break defenses. And look, this like it's not even a good ring roll, okay? But the strategy was correct, like placing her closer to the boss and not having her hide behind DJ Dolores and her dirty dance party, okay? Because nothing is more important in this game than to constantly be doing all damage at all times that's available. By hiding Idril so that for the first 10 seconds she is doing nothing, she is also not gaining rage for landing attacks. And that's huge. And I'm not trying to show off a Dolores because mine is crap. As you see here, she's in nothing. Okay. And I think she's 11K, not even 11K. And she's got the normal Keen Wisdom artifact, all right? And if you're having, excuse me, any trouble doing Gear Raid 3, Stage 21, and you have an invisibility hero, try those placements, try some of the timings, mess around, perseverance, win the war, one battle at a time. Thank you for watching. This is New Name. Wishing you everybody a good weekend, good summons. Hopefully everybody gets all the broccoli named Eloin that they want to eat. Please be kind, play safe.